Doddridge County Schools and WVRC 104.7 FM proudly present Doddridge County High School Bulldog Basketball. We invite you to tune in and watch live streaming coverage of your Bulldog basketball team on WVRC Doddridge County Facebook and Doddridge County YouTube. Now we take you courtside with your Bulldog broadcast crew.
Good evening and welcome inside Dan McConnell Court at Craig M. Keller Gymnasium for tonight's YouTube and Facebook live stream of Doddridge County Boys Basketball. Glad to have you with us for the Danny McConnell Hoops Classic. It's an early season event, gives teams an opportunity to compete, evaluate, and continue building their identity. Doddridge County enters this contest 4-0. I'm Clint Adams, joined by Coach Nate Wright. Coach, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, really, I'm going to go to Doddridge here tonight. They, starting 4-0, coming off a real physical and competitive win last night against South Harrison. A younger team South Harrison has, but they're chippy a little bit and stuff like that. It's an LKC rival. I would say, it's nice coming off that win. Also coming up against the Sissonville team last night, who ended up winning the game right 3 seconds before the game, came back from a 9-point deficit. Sissonville has played a tougher schedule. They played, I think, two AAA teams. They have a 1-2 record, so that really doesn't speak a lot for them. I think they beat a good Frankfort team last night as well.
Well, and you talk about that Frankfort team, the one thing they have to watch, and that we learned anything just watching them, a couple of games, the consolation game that happened before this, they let South Harrison sneak back in after having a commanding lead, and South Harrison was in it there down to the last possession or so, and Frankfort ended up winning the consolation game, the championship game tonight here. This Doddridge County team, we're early on in the season, but talk about how you think this team's coming together.
I would say this team, they're built on consistency rather than flash. Really they realize that there's not going to be an individual thing. It's more of a team thing. Essentially, I look at it, there's a group effort. Multiple players are going to contribute on both ends. Every night it's going to probably be a different guy in the scoring column that's going to step up for Doddridge.
And that's something that we've seen, and we've seen a lot of line changes. Coach Paul Burnside seems to have a lot of confidence in a lot of players out there.
Yeah, exactly. But the one thing is they've shown a lot of good poise. Doddridge is dealing with some bumps and bruises tonight. I think that's kind of early on in the season. But the one thing that I will say, they're going to rely on that depth that they have as a team when they have these different looks, which is not a bad thing, something that can overcome a little adversity. I always think adversity is a good thing for a team early on in the season, because go through it now. That way, when it comes up later in the year in the playoffs, it's easier to transition to.
Yeah, you're going to see adversity during the course of a season at some point, and you don't want it to happen before you're facing a quality opponent late in the season where there's a lot on the line.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, you're going to see some maybe different names and some different role players that will step into different responsibility every night.
Yeah, one thing about this team, too, I think they've been able to play all the facets of the game, really. They've defended well, rebounded. They've been able to execute offensively. Yeah. Last night, though, I think they had a little trouble finding the bucket, getting the holes, even with the open shot.
Exactly, but that's where it comes in. Defensively, they are connected and they communicate well. So, in other words, if their shots aren't falling, they're going to get those turnovers and those transition buckets if the shot's not falling. And that's one thing that I'll say about them is their depth, playing hard defense, finding their shot on the transition baskets.
We talk about those injuries as well. We see Jaden Solomon over there in street clothes. Twisted his ankle a little bit last night, and also we think Heston Hayes is going to be limited a little bit as well and may not see quite as much playing time as he's become accustomed to.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it right now, but the starting lineup is definitely going to look a little different tonight. But, like I said, all these guys that will be starting, they all play significant minutes, so it's not going to be anything different. Just their name's going to be called at the beginning of the game, right?
But there's something exciting about that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the way thing I look at it is with different guys stepping up in different roles when they do this. Basically, I look at it as, you get these opportunities to step into different roles. Okay, yeah, we're going to be right back here and we'll bring you in a commercial.
Under the West Virginia sky, where the hills roll high, there's a school that stands with heart, where the Bulldogs never die. Books in hand and heads held up, we're ready to explore. Doddridge County's where we grow. Our stories start to soar. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not afraid. Gold Dogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. From the classroom to the field, we stand side by side. Teachers guide us, friends support. We're ready to take stride. Bulldog green and gold so bright, a symbol we uphold. Every challenge we embrace, our courage won't be sold. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not.
And we are back. So we mentioned championship game tonight, Coach Nate. What are we looking to see out of the Sissonville team? What do we know about them?
Sissonville's they're a 1-2 record, like I mentioned earlier, but they've played a tougher schedule, a AAA team. One thing that I will say reflect on them is they play with really high energy and effort, which I'm interested to see how they will do against a Doddridge who essentially plays the same style. Really, the big thing is we need to create and don't let them have the chaos and the speed. Slow the game to our pace and let us play our game.
And as you mentioned, that they're playing hard. They like to take chances as well. They're going to kind of push the pace too, I think. So Doddridge County's going to have to be ready for that early on in this season.
Yep, exactly. We're going to go ahead and go to the keys of the game. How's that sound?
That sounds great. What are the keys?
So keys of the game tonight is set the defensive tone early. So kind of what I'm going back off of when I talked about them being, high energy, running down the court. So let's set the tone early on our end. Another one is let's lean on our senior leadership in the big moments. Like I said, we're a little banged up, but we also come into the game with 10 seniors. Let's lean on these guys, and they've been here before. They've played on a lot of big stages. One thing I'll say about these guys, they've been to the state tournament twice. So playing in a big game is not a big thing. And one thing I'll say is, one thing that we did last night really well, I would say, is win the effort plays. What I mean by that is those 50-50 balls that are the difference in us scoring a basket, getting a turnover, and creating the chaos in our own way.
So that's what we look to see out of this Doddridge County team. Let's take a break now, and we'll come back and we'll walk through the starting lineups here for tonight's game.
Sounds good.
And we are back. So Doddridge County looking to get a win tonight and advance their season record to 5-0. Coach Paul Burnside comes in with the 63 wins and 71 losses.
Yeah, Coach, honestly, Coach, he's done a really good job here these last 3 years with this group. Coming into this game, he just had a 63 win last night. We talk about the wins. We were talking about Lisa Cheeseman and their 100th win there the other night. One thing I said last night, Paul brings the intensity. And we're going to need that against a team like this who's going to be pushing them and have the high energy on our end. So let's bring it on our way and keep it going, I would say.
Does a great job with player development as well, just making these players play at the best of their own ability.
Yep.
Motivating them to come out, to put forth a lot of effort. And this is a good basketball team. I think a lot is expected out of this Bulldogs team this season.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and go into the starters right now if you want to go ahead.
Let's do it.
So starting tonight, we have Jared Trent, Landon Thomas, Will Adams, which is a senior, Landon is a senior, Jared is a senior, Josh DeHaven, who's a senior, and Malachi Kelly, which is a senior. A good group of starters right there, a little bit of a different look. Like I said, Heston Hayes and Jaden Solomon are typically in the starting lineup. I think they're a little banged up with Jaden not playing tonight. So a little bit of a different look, but like I said, it's early in the game. We need to find out what works best as far as the certain groups that are coming onto the floor and what works best with them working together as a team.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's not just you want to put 5 people out there and then the sum to be greater than the sum of each of its parts.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that you're working on doing, and that chemistry and that just the way that they interact with each other is so important in all sports.
Yeah, and honestly, these guys, they feed off of each other a lot. And, there's going to be 1 or 2 guys that kind of know each other, that have been playing together for so long time. They can work together well and so forth.
A lot of these athletes, as you mentioned, played together through the youth leagues. They played together through middle school, played together as JV, and now here they are playing varsity basketball in Doddridge County. Tonight we're going to take on a Sissonville team, the Sissonville Indians. They are, bear with me here, they're coached by Coach Derek Godwin. He's in his 4th year here at Sissonville.
Okay.
And certainly Coach Godwin is going to come in here looking to upset this Doddridge County team.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what are your final thoughts here going into tonight's game?
I think Doddridge County, if they play discipline and they play to the best of their abilities, I don't think there's any question they come out here. Sissonville's record doesn't look that impressive. That's the one thing you got to watch sometimes, because when you look at the teams that they were playing, they had some AAA opponents on their schedule, and that can get you a little, you come in just kind of feeling like you can phone it in and still get a win, and I don't think you're going to be able to do that tonight.
Exactly. And Doddridge will look to continue building the good habits and consistency. That's what I think you need to see from them. Games like this is where you grow and you continue to get better. I always say this, it's not how you look right now, it's how you look at the end of the year, because you want to be playing at your best at the end of the year. Essentially in high school sports, besides football I say, but basketball, you make the playoffs. You got to go through the regionals and stuff like that. I understand certain games are important, but we need to keep improving, keep getting better, and find what works best for this team.
And that's always the secret, I think, anytime. And it's one of the things, talk about Coach Paul Burnside's strengths. This team will be better next week. They'll be better Tuesday when we take on Williamstown than they are right now.
Exactly. We'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll bring you back here for the game time.
In Doddridge County Schools, our mission is in motion. From classrooms to construction sites, from labs to livestock, students are gaining real-world skills that build bright futures. With hands-on training, industry certifications, and pathways that lead straight to college or career success, Doddridge County Schools is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. Because here, we are united to make a difference for every student's future.
We are back. Just getting ready to announce the starting lineups here, and we will announce them as they announce them for us as it relates to the Sissonville team.
Yeah.
We look forward to it. Finally, the music has stopped, and we see the cheerleaders. Oh, let's get it over here so we can show. We see the cheerleaders with their hats on there.
I mean, I was
Santa
pretty
Claus.
impressed last night about the flips. I don't know if anybody knows. My wife is one of the cheerleading coaches, so I told her we need to keep that going, essentially, is kind of how I look at it.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. If they can do it with those hats on, I'll be even more impressed.
Exactly. Well, I kind of wonder, there's a group over there that doesn't have the hats on, so they may not be doing it.
Those are the flips. Those are the ones that do the flips. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
There we go. We'll turn the camera over there and watch Sissonville.
I want to do a shout out here to Tristan Swagger and Hunter Hayhurst, some of my baseball players. They're running the stats with me tonight, so I got to give them a shout out. I didn't do that last night.
Definitely appreciate their effort as well.
They're a little timid. They're a little timid to do the camera and so forth.
I know. I told them they could do the play-by-play and I'd run the camera, but nobody wanted any part of that either. So the starters for Sissonville, let's see, we've got Kyler Herdman, Maddox Baylog, also number 34, John Burke, and Noah Evans and June Jackson starting for Sissonville. Now, and we mentioned it earlier, Sissonville's head coach, Derek Godwin. So now the starting lineups for the Doddridge County Bulldogs will dim the lights.
Yeah.
Let's make this a little more dramatic. I'll just let them do it.
I like the show.
Landon Thomas, a 6'2" senior. Will Adams, 6'3" senior. Jared Trent. JT, also 6 foot even, also a senior.
Good size. Good size.
Josh DeHaven. He's 6 foot and an inch. And Malachi Kelly. I don't have a height on him. I don't know how tall Malachi is, but 5'10" Clint Adams. I'm ready to start the broadcast.
I'm pushing 6 foot.
There you go.
That's what I always tell everybody. That's how I look at it.
I quit pushing it a couple inches ago.
Exactly.
All right, they're going to turn the lights back on. It'll make it easier to play basketball with the lights on. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. We're looking forward to a great time. We're looking forward to an exciting game here as early season tournament action's happening here in West Union. So the starting lineups will be sent out there. The coach, as Jeffy checks the basketball, he lifts it up, makes sure it bounces. It's important to do that. So Malachi Kelly at the center circle to get the tip for the Bulldogs. Sissonville control. They'll drive the lane, knocked out of bounds right away. So Sissonville will retain possession. So here's the inbound. That's Jackson with the ball. Jackson looks to throw it. He's going to throw it across there to Herdman. Herdman again has it at the top of the key. He'll pass it in to Jackson. Jackson back to Herdman. Looking for someplace to go. Finding nowhere. He'll dump it off, driving down the left-hand side of the lane and feeding it back to the three-point line.
Coming out in the 2-3 defense here. It's big time.
Here's a three-point shot.
Rebound.
Rims out.
Good job.
Will Adams gets the rebound.
Apologize right now. I just want to point it out. Our clock is not updating. We're working on it right now. We'll get that fixed. Right now it's 7:19 at the time.
7:19. We'll figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that taken care of.
Till then, I'll just keep announcing how often it is every so often.
That works. I just noticed it wasn't updating down there, so.
June Jackson brings the ball up court. He'll dump it off to Noah Evans. Jackson three.
Deep shot. Long rebound.
Rebounded by Sissonville. The Indians looking to.
Updating on it. I don't know why it's not new. Like, do we need to hit record?
In frame, but it's not even in
It's like
frame
locked
there.
or something.
He's chopping keys. Amanda driving, but he can't get it there. Landon Thomas.
I don't think I'm on. There, now I think I'm on. Bear with us here. We're figuring this all out. 6:10 on a turning clock. We're in the first quarter. Sissonville down 4-2 as the Bulldogs have a couple of points. Jackson from a long three. He switches it, and they'll stop so they can adjust the net. So 5:56 left in this opening quarter. Kelly on the far side, he'll dump it down into DeHaven. DeHaven finds Adams. Adams for three. Bounces out. Landon Thomas gets the rebound. He'll hand it off to Trent. Trent dribbling around. He'll hand to Malachi Kelly. Out to Trent. I'm sorry, out to Adams. Trent has it now. He'll hit it down into DeHaven. Shots blocked. And loose ball and fought for, and a whistle will stop play. .5:27 left in this opening quarter. Here's DeHaven for three. It'll bounce out. Adams with the rebound and the putback. Coach Paul Burnside says let's take a second and talk about this. He's going to take a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. As Doddridge County leads this game 6-5 over the Sissonville Indians, the championship game here at the Danny McConnell Invitational. We're trying to get the clock situation squared away here. Five minutes and 20 seconds left. We can figure out how to make the scoreboard clock work. I'll tell you how much time's left. Beautiful.
That's good. Thank you.
Our thanks to Chris Mitchell for his contribution to the broadcast.
Okay, yeah, we're back in business. I noticed the clock wasn't running there, so I knew we were going to take care of that.
There you go. Jackson, here's going to dump it back across there. Down in the corner, that's Herdman. Whistle on the play. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Sissonville. Here's the inbound pass. That's Jackson. Again, controls it.
Basically,
Landon Thomas gets a hand up. And Will Adams gets the control of it eventually. Here comes Trent. He's in a hurry to get down court. He'll dump it off to Kelly. Kelly back to Thomas. Thomas over to DeHaven. Trent looking to set the offense again. Here's a little feed down into DeHaven inside.
Great cut right there by Josh DeHaven. That was a big-time cut.
Big time cut there by Josh DeHaven. He's able to pick up the foul. Fouls on number 13, Herdman.
It's number 20, Josh DeHaven at the line, 2 shots.
So here's Josh DeHaven. He'll have a pair of shots. The first one is a little too strong. Let's see about the second one. 4:42 left in this opening quarter. 6-5, the Bulldogs lead by a single point. DeHaven has a chance to extend that lead and does just that. Here's Jackson bringing it up for Sissonville.
I feel like I've missed so much already, just trying to get that clock figured out.
I know. This technical stuff is so, I don't know, technical.
Yeah.
Loose ball, and Doddridge County gets control of it. He looks up, he finds a wide open Malachi Kelly for a lay-in rebound.
Good look there, way to get back in transition there. That was awesome.
Jackson from deep. Jackson's not afraid to throw up those deep balls, and going back up with it That's number 3, Maddox Bellog, and
Foul will be on Malachi.
Malachi Kelly will be called with a foul. I believe that's his first.
I like the 1-3 defenses as they're setting these traps here and also forcing those hard passes in the middle, which also works for a good transition bucket there on that last possession.
Bellog to the line. He makes the first. Substitutions now. We see Bryson Dixon will come in for Kelly.
Probably going to need to be a little bit more conscientious on our bigs here with our fouls tonight. You know, considering Solomon being out, you know, they're going to have to, you know, if we get a little bit of foul trouble, we're going to have to watch that. That's an early foul for Kelly.
Here's DeHaven. He'll dump it back to Trent. Trent over to Dixon. Just playing around there. Trent will drive the lane, take the jumper. Oh, and it rims out.
Great look, just didn't get the roll.
Bakery was closed. Here's Jackson, he'll drive in, he'll put it up, no good. Doddridge with the quick rebound. Here comes Trent in a hurry. He'll lay it in.
Nice.
11-7. Bulldogs have the lead.
Trent with an early 6. Really just setting the pace here.
Looking down in the corner, loose ball. Doddridge controls it. Whistle on the play, and he'll stay with Doddridge. The foul is going to be on number 3. Number 3 is Maddox Bellog. 3:20 left in this opening quarter. Doddridge County leads 11-7. Here's Dixon. He'll bring it up court. He'll dump it down into Mitchell. Mitchell's checked into the game. Just a lot of ball movement here, just keeping it moving around.
Using that high post, they're in a 2-3 zone right now. They're just trying to find a good look. I like it. Keep moving the ball, find it.
Just missed the pass there. Drives the lane. Jackson lays it in for Sissonville. That'll cut the lead to 2.
Good transition basket by them. They like to move quick. Blake.
Mitchell.
Hey, good board by Will.
Will Adams with the board. It'll stay with Doddridge.
Good job.
Out of bounds there. Blake Mitchell does a good job with that three-pointer. I thought it was going to go in there, just couldn't quite find the hole. Here it is to Adams. He lays it up. Can't quite get it in. Sissonville gets the board. John Burke with the rebound for Sissonville. Doddridge playing aggressive defense, chasing that loose ball. Taking advantage of it there. Jared Trent with the rebound. He brings it up court. He dumps it off to DeHaven. That's good for 3.
Josh DeHaven knocking it down. Good shot, Josh. Back in the 1-3-1 here off of a made basket.
Doddridge's lead is 6. Sissonville tries to cut into it with a 3. Oh, and Adams just couldn't get a handle on it. Bounces out of bounds.
That's the big thing in the 1-3-1 defense. They're going to have open shots in the corner, but you're going to have to live with that, essentially. That's okay. You know, that's a tough shot, tough 3 in the corner there. But also, if we are quick enough, we could also set a trap.
Here's Sissonville inbounds.
Looks like we're back in a 2-3 defense.
Herdman throws it out to Evans. Evans with the ball. He'll dump it off to Jackson. Back to Evans. Back to Jackson. Herdman moves around. His guards just moving the ball back and forth. Trying to find a lane there in that Doddridge County defense. Looks like they've switched into a 2-3 now. Blake Mitchell will stick his hand up. Passes out. Dixon has the ball. Oh, it's intercepted there by Sissonville. Sissonville bringing it back up on their side of the court. DeHaven playing tough defense there.
Hustling. That's what he's all about.
Here's the shot. Rims out. Rebound by Sissonville. They'll put it back, and going to be a foul called on Mitchell, I believe. Oh, they were called on DeHaven.
Don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
I thought Mitchell was the one who committed the infraction, but that's not what the man in stripes said, and he's got the right to say it.
He's got the whistle. That's all I got to say.
Paul is asking about it, though, you can see. Here's the shot, the first end. Noah Evans knocks that one down. Got a $1.04 left in this opening quarter. And here's the second of the free throws for Evans. That one goes in as well. Substitutions as Kelly will come in for DeHaven. And bounce pass from Thomas to Dixon. Dixon will bring it up court. He'll dump it into Thomas, back around, trying to find an open spot. There's an open shot. A little too strong, a little too high. He'll stay with Doddridge, though, as it's knocked out of bounds off Sissonville. Ball knocked off of Maddox Baylog there. Mitchell trying to find a lane. He'll dump it back to Jones.
Get out of that corner. I don't like laying in that corner.
Back up at the top there. Dixon will move with the ball. Jones, he'll drive the lane from that corner that Nate doesn't like. Dumps it back over to Mitchell. Here's Jones. No good. And that's going to go
against us.
Against the Bulldogs, as they'll call Mitchell with a foul. They'll be their fourth. So the next one will put them in the bonus. Only 19.8 seconds left in this opening quarter, though. You got to figure Sissonville will probably play for the last shot of the quarter. And he overthrows his target, and the ball will go over to Doddridge.
Turnover there. Let's get a good shot here. Got 9 seconds. Get something here. Set it up and go in the half here and knock something down.
And they basically just going to give them the half court, so
yeah.
Might as well roll it out without using any time. It's 5 seconds. Mitchell trying to find a place. Dixon will put up the three, and money!
Great shot.
So Doddridge County makes the three-pointer to extend their lead at the end of the quarter.
It's exactly what you were looking for right there. That open shot before the buzzer went off.
17-11. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
We are back where the cheerleaders are putting on a show for us. We're going to sit back and enjoy.
It's got 5 guys in the scoring column for us right here. Jared right now leading the way with 6 points for us. The only thing that I see that, kind of red flags is Jared, I think, has Dixon has two fouls is what he has, what I got right here.
So we'll put another 8 minutes on the clock. We'll play the second quarter here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Doddridge County set to inbound. Dixon has the ball. He'll dump it into Thomas, back to Trent. Trent for 3. Bounces out. Fought for and controlled by Sissonville. June Jackson, go ahead.
Doddridge coming out in the 2-3 defense here. I always like to see what Paul does. Paul changes it up a lot, which is great because the depth that he has, he's able to do that.
Jackson looks at it, drives down into the lane. He'll dump it off, and the shot goes in. Here's Dixon. He'll dump it down into Kelly, back to Landon Thomas, and the foul is called. So that one will be on the floor. Foul number 11, Cooper Nooney.
Cooper Nooney.
Here's Jared Trent. He looks at it, decides not to. Back to Thomas. Over to Jones. Jones underneath to Kelly. Kelly with the scoop.
Nice.
Good looking shot there by Kelly.
Yeah, it was. Way to use the length there to get that basket.
Had the man in the lane, just couldn't get it there, and it will go out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Sissonville had a good play drawn up. It just was overshot his intended target. So Bryson Dixon will dribble the ball up court. He'll throw it over to Jones. Jones back to the top of the key, back to Thomas. Good ball movement there by the Bulldogs. Trent has it now. He'll dump it back to Dixon. Dixon to Jones, back to Thomas.
Shot,
back to Dixon for the three.
Let's go. That's 2 for 2.
Dixon knocking down those three-point shots tonight.
He's capable of doing that. I saw it all last year where he was able to come off the bench and knock down those threes.
Again, driving the lane. The pass was just a little off, but he's still able to get it in. That's Burke.
That's good on Sissonville, breaking down that press. You know, they're going to get that every once in a while. You live and die by that because you can get those turnovers.
Here's Trent. Takes a look at it. He throws it a little fancily there, and Kelly's unable to get a handle on it. Turns it over, and then a whistle. As a foul will be called on Doddridge. It's going to be called on Landon Thomas.
I think that's Landon's second.
Sissonville set to inbound. Inbound pass to Jackson. Jackson over to Evans. A little trap there by the Bulldogs. Back to Jackson, back to Evans. Evans trying to drive the left-hand side of the lane. Whistle on the play and a charge called. Charge called on Evans. So Trent will inbound. He'll pass it into Bryson Dixon here in just a minute. 5:45 left in the second quarter. 22-15, the Bulldogs with the lead.
Bulldogs playing really well right now. Actually, knocking down some shots, getting good looks right there.
Oh. Drives to the lane, can't make the shot, does get back up. Does a good job passing it there. Congratulations to Sissonville there.
Yeah.
As the points will go to number 5, Aiden Stuck.
Malachi had that wide open look. He needs to take that. I mean, he's right inside the basket. I wish he'd take that shot.
Dixon thought about another three, and Sissonville saves it to themselves.
These guys are making these extra passes. Take these open shots. That's what they're there for.
Here's a three-pointer, and it goes in for Noah Evans. And Coach Paul Burnside, I think, has decided to call a time. Oh, they called the timeout for the net. It went through too fast. The net couldn't keep up with it.
I know, right? No timeout? Okay.
No timeout. So Josh DeHaven set to inbound for the Bulldogs. Inbound pass to Jared Trent. As Trent dribbles it up the court. Stands at the top of the key. He dumps it down into Thomas. Back to Trent. Back to Thomas. Thomas looks around. He throws it up there to Will Adams, and Adams will be fouled. Foul will be on Noah Evans for Sissonville.
That's their third team foul.
That'll send Will Adams to the line. He'll have a pair of shots from there.
Yep.
These are the ones you want to make. They're real easy. Just like that.
We say they're easy. We're not out there taking those shots, right? Put us at the line. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
how
$20
easy.
tells you I couldn't do it, right? I mean, it's like the old Pat McAfee. You know, you can make those 10-yard field goals real easy when you sit on the sideline.
Yep. Good job by Will Adams knocking down both those shots.
So a 20-second timeout called by Sissonville. So we'll keep it here.
Right now, Trent and Dixon both with 6 points leading the way for Doddridge. The only thing that I'll say is we had back-to-back possessions there with two guys with open looks. Take those shots. If you got the open look, I know they're trying to be unselfish, and that's the team that that's how they play. And I like the unselfish play from these guys. But if they got the open looks, take them.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things Coach Paul Burnside's probably telling his team right now, that whenever you have that opportunity and you can score some points, You don't leave those points out there.
Yep, exactly. And that's, you live and die with when you got the open shots and you work with it. That's how you look at it. Especially like a Dixon who's knocked down 2 threes already, and then a Malachi who's got a few points for us down low. So let's take the shots when they're open, guys. You know, that's what you're there for.
Sissonville brings the ball up court. That's Jackson. He'll dump it in to Nooney. Throw down into the corner is broken up. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Sissonville.
Sissonville team's a scrappy team, aren't they? You know, they're hustling after balls on the out of bounds. They're a really high energy team. I like the effort from them for sure.
Doddridge with a 4-point lead. Jackson, he'll throw it all the way across the court to Nooney. They're bringing that trap. Running Johnson from one side of the court to the other.
That's a dangerous pass like that.
Yeah, it is. Jackson trying to get it in. And a whistle called on the floor. John Burke will get fouled there. They're going to call that one on DeHaven. So Josh DeHaven called for another foul.
Yeah, Josh, he has 2 fouls.
I'd call it 1.5 based
right.
on what I saw. But anyway.
Nice pass.
Nice feet down in there for Sissonville. And they'll add 2 points. The Bulldog lead is a pair. Landon Thomas, he'll look in. He'll get a nice little pass in there. It looks like Adams wasn't quite expecting it. Loose ball. They're scrumming for it. Fought. And a jump ball will be called. Given where it was at one point, candidly, I think a jump ball was actually a win for Doddridge to keep fighting that long.
I agree. I don't think, like you said, Will was expecting that pass. It was a great pass by Landon there.
Came in a little hot.
Yep, it did. He found a seam, and he put it through there.
Had some of that hot mustard on it.
Yep, that's for sure. Doddridge coming back, switching defenses out here in a man-to-man defense.
Now there's a whistle. Away from the ball. That one's called on 24
I hate
for the
those
Bulldogs.
fouls.
Isaac Johnson. You like all the fouls to be right underneath the basket, don't you?
This is kind of how I mean, make them earn it at the free throw line is kind of how I look at it. But when we're away from the basket or off the ball, let's leave it.
Good hustle play there by Adams trying to break it up and throw it off of the Sissonville player. Just couldn't quite get it done there.
Yep.
Here's the inbounds pass to Burke for Sissonville. He'll take that jumper.
Long rebound.
Short. Here's Jackson. He'll charge the lane. He'll dump it off. And just hesitated a little bit too much there, and then the lane cleared out for him. Jackson with the hustle rebound, and he'll dump it down in there.
Good hustle by Will.
Adams.
Way to cut that pass off.
Adams with the hustle interception there. And Trent will add 2. 26-22. We are 3 minutes and 12 seconds before halftime.
Let that stop right there in the lane and get a good look there inside. Good shot by Jared Trent.
That's another foul called away from the ball.
That'll be 14 fouls for Doddridge. We're 1 away from the bonus here. So let's be smart here. Like I said, make them earn it.
That foul will be on Jared Trent. How many's JT got?
That's Jared's first.
.304 left before halftime. Here's the inbounds pass. That's Cooper Nooney. Nooney looks down underneath and throws it incomplete.
Yep. Incomplete. I will say this. We got a little feedback because of my football references. They were questioning if I knew the basketball lingo. So they know who they are, so I'll go ahead and call that out as it is.
They're probably right.
Yeah, I know. I knew what I was doing.
Trent around the top of the key. He'll dump it into Johnson.
He thought about it.
He did, didn't he? Here's Johnson with a 3. Oh, just a little too long. Oh, good job by Mitchell.
Yeah,
as
smart
he throws
play.
it off there. Heads up play as he throws it off of the Sissonville player stuck. And Doddridge County will keep the ball. We haven't transitioned fully from football season yet. That's the big thing.
I know. Adam gets talking about it up here. He gets us in the season. That's just kind of what it is.
That's it. Intercepted there by Sissonville, and he drives coast to coast. Cooper Nooney with the score. Doddridge's lead is just a pair right now.
These guys, they don't let go. They're creeping back, aren't they?
There's Mitchell over to Trent. Johnson again will try the three, and that one's short and out of bounds to Sissonville. 2-11. As we turn inside of 2 minutes here. Pressure there by Doddridge on that trap. Almost got home, but Malachi Kelly's going to get called with a foul.
Yeah, Malachi right there. I think that is his second foul.
Looks like that's going to send Cooper Nooney to the line. As Nooney will shoot from the stripe. His first shot's up and bounces in. Wasn't sure what he was going to get that one in there or not, but it bounced around, took a tour, found its way in the bucket. Here's the chance to tie it, and it does the same thing. So we've got a tie game with 1:57 left before the intermission.
See if Doddridge here get a basket here. Let's get this lead back.
Trent brings it up court, gives it to Kelly. Kelly will toss it across to Jones. Here's Trent for three. It's going to be short. Loose ball, fought for, and underneath of there, they're going to call a jump ball. So Doddridge, I think, has the possession error.
We do. Those are one of those ones where I was like, oh, it could have went our way with maybe a foul there because we were literally laying on top of the basketball.
So Maddox Jones set to inbound for the Bulldogs. Inbounds pass, Kelly puts it up. Can't get it there, and Sissonville gets the board. Down in the corner. He's looking for a lane there. That's Herdman. Herdman will toss it across the three-point shot and miss everything, and Doddridge County luckily didn't touch it before it went out. So Isaac Johnson set to inbound for the Bulldogs. Here's the inbounds pass to Trent. We're inside of a minute before halftime. Trent will throw it down to Jones. Over to Johnson. Johnson for three. Bounce, 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 and out. And Will Adams will hook it in.
Nice.
With a nice sky hook shot.
Will Adams being a real force down there, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Good job by Will.
He'll Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook. Oh, Doddridge gets the interception. Here comes Jared Trent. He's going to press it. He's got men, and he's got a basket. Trent comes down the court with numbers and is able to take advantage of it.
That's 10 points for Jared right there. He does a really good job getting in the lane. A stop, shoot right there. That's a good shot.
Loose ball again. Oh, interception, and Doddridge County runs out of time with it. So the Bulldogs take a late surge, and they extend the lead to 6, 32-26. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this with more on WVRC Doddridge.
In Doddridge County Schools, our mission is in motion. Every classroom, every hallway, every heart is united to make a difference. We're empowering learners, building leaders, and inspiring Bulldog pride that lasts a lifetime. Together, we're not just moving forward, we're moving with purpose. Doddridge County Schools mission in motion, united to make a difference.
This fall, Doddridge County Schools celebrates a season of thanks and a season of Bulldog success. Across every building, our mission in motion shines bright. At the Early Learning Academy, more kindergarten students are reading now than at this time in previous years. A powerful sign that early success starts right here in Bulldog country. At the elementary and middle schools, creativity and curiosity came to life through the Great Pumpkin Visit and the first annual John Post Pumpkin Drop, turning learning into excitement. The high school boys cross-country team are your AA state champions. The cheerleaders captured the Region 1 championship and are advancing to states. The football team is powering into postseason play, and the golf team made a strong showing at states. At the middle school, the football team made a playoff appearance, while the boys cross-country team earned the LKC championship title, continuing the Bulldog tradition of excellence. Our FFA members earned top honors in the regional tractor driving competition, and the culinary team's golf-themed project showcased creativity and skill. The drone team continues to soar, blending technology, innovation, and teamwork. And our business students impressed county leaders with real-world pitch presentations, proving Doddridge County students are ready to lead the future. From our youngest readers to our champions, Doddridge County is united in purpose, because when our mission is in motion, we are united to make a difference.
In Doddridge County Schools, our mission is in motion. From classrooms to construction sites, from labs to livestock, students are gaining real-world skills that build bright futures. With hands-on training, industry certifications, and pathways that lead straight to college or career success, Doddridge County Schools is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. Because here, we are united to make a difference for every student's future.
And we are back halftime, and the Bulldogs have the lead, 32-26. Coach, your thoughts on this first half?
It's been a back-and-forth game. Sissonville, coming out of last night's game, we know they're not going to give up. Essentially, they got a lot of fight in them. We had an early, I think our biggest lead's been, 6 points?
Yeah.
They came back, tied it up here. We extended the lead there. We got 2 nice baskets. Really good hustle baskets there at half court, and then also we even created a little bit of a chaos there. They didn't even get able to get a shot up there right before the half.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the scrappy Sissonville team, they just won't give up, and Doddridge County's got to stay on their toes throughout and play aggressive. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go to the points here. Jared right now has 10 points, and 3 guys, Kelly, Dixon, and Adams, all have 6 points. But one thing that stands out to me is Will Adam has 6 rebounds. He's been getting a lot of offensive rebounds down low for us, getting those second chance shots, and I think that's kind of where Will's kind of developed his little bit of offense right there, is getting those second chance shots, being down in good position.
Well, thanks for getting to the points. I appreciate you doing that so quickly.
I know.
How many did Jared Trent have again? I think it was 10?
Yeah, he had 10 points.
Yeah, he's had a big first half. Had another 10 in the second half, and that'd be 20. That's a lot of points.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully we keep that trend going that way.
It's a good trend to have, I'll tell you that, for Bulldogs fans. So we're about 6 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
Doddridge County, you make the difference. Every cheer from the stands, every volunteer hour, every business partner, and every proud Bulldog family keeps our mission in motion. Because of you, our students are learning, leading, and thriving in the classroom, on the field, and in our community. From all of us at Doddridge County Schools, thank you for believing in our mission and standing united to make a difference every single day. Doddridge County Schools. Together, we are united to make a difference.
It's Friday night under the lights at Klein-Stansberry Stadium, where tradition meets pride and Bulldog Nation comes alive. Each game, we rise together for our team, for our community, and for every student in Doddridge County. This is more than football. This is our mission in motion. Bulldogs fight with pride, Bulldogs stand united, and Bulldogs never back down. From the classroom to the field, we are Doddridge proud. We are united to make a difference.
And we are back. Doddridge County, we talk about this, got a little bit of foul trouble, though. They've been playing pretty aggressively out there. Both of these teams have been hustling back and forth, and Doddridge County's got a little foul trouble. We want to talk about that, Coach?
Yeah, Malachi Kelly has 2 fouls, and Josh DeHaven has 2 fouls. 2 of our starters, you just need to be careful. Let's not get that quick third foul is kind of how I look at it. You know, Malachi is one of our, I guess I would say, our center forward down low right now with Jaden being out. So let's be smart, not get in foul trouble, because they do have a guy that he's probably about 6'4", 6'5", so, you know, they can feed it inside there. So let's just be smart about not getting that third quick foul.
Yeah, I think that's something that Doddridge County is going to definitely have to do. You want to play smart at this stage in the game and make sure that you get out there. Doddridge County had a late surge there just before the half. They really turned it around. This game was tied with about, 2 minutes left?
Yep, exactly. And you know, basketball's a game of runs. You know what I mean? Let's be on the right end of these runs. Don't let them get hot. Let's keep it playing our game, stay at our pace, and I think we'll be just fine. Really, Paul will make good adjustments here at halftime. We'll get this figured out.
So the teams have retired to the locker room. They've come back, and both teams are going to take a few minutes to shoot a few hoops and warm up. We'll step aside for this message, and we'll be back with the opening of the third quarter tip.
Hey Bulldog Nation, it's time to renew your extracurricular passes. Thanks to community support of the levy, every staff member, student, and taxpayer receives free admission to all regular season home athletic events. Whether it's under the Friday night lights, on the basketball court, or at a spring softball game, your pass connects you to the heart of our schools. Renewals are easy. Stop by any home football game or visit the central office during business hours. Don't miss out on the fun. If you need a replacement or are applying for the first time, simply complete the short form. More details are available on our website or give us a call. Together, we're putting our mission in motion because in Doddridge County, excitement is everywhere. We are united to make a difference for every student, every day. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back inside of Craig M. Keller Gymnasium on Dan McConnell Court for the Dan McConnell Hoops Classic.
Should be a good second half here. I'm really looking forward to this.
Doddridge County, it would be nice for the Bulldogs to win the championship of the Dan McConnell, Hoops Classic here on Dan McConnell Court, which was dedicated during the first home game here before the Bulldogs played yesterday.
Yeah, we recognized him. Dan McConnell, great guy, very big supporter, but also did a lot for the community himself when he coached a lot of these teams.
So Sissonville has the ball. They will look to inbound. That's Noah Evans with the ball now. He'll dump it off to Hardman, Kyler Hardman. Back to Jackson. Jackson over to Baylog in the corner. Now that's Evans driving the lane. He'll make a spin move. He'll put it up. Loose ball. And fought for, and Doddridge County will get the possession as it goes off of number 3. That's Maddox Baylog. Jared Trent bringing the ball up the court. Trent's done a great job from that point guard position tonight.
Absolutely.
Dump down in underneath there from Landon Thomas, trying to hit Will Adams.
It's going to be a foul against Sissonville.
I think it just went out of bounds. They didn't call a foul, I think.
Oh, no.
Inbounds pass there, a little confusion.
I'm jumping the
Trent
gun.
comes away
no,
with
they
it.
did call foul up there on the
I
court.
guess they did.
Yeah.
I just missed it then.
I know. It's all right. We can't get them all.
That's it. Can't expect perfection, can you? Here's Thomas. He'll dump it off to Trent. Trent takes a look at the three and decides not. Steps in to take the jumper. It's no good. Sissonville with the rebound.
Doddridge coming out in a man-to-man defense here. I like it.
DeHaven pulling the defense on Noah Evans. Trent trying to defend Jackson. Jackson will go into the lane and he'll be fouled. Basket will count. The foul's on number 11. That's Jared Trent. That'll send Jackson to the line to add to the three-point conversion. Bounces out. Doddridge controls it as Kelly gets the rebound there. Trent brings the ball up court. They dump it down in the corner. That's DeHaven. DeHaven back to Trent. Trent takes a look at that, decides not. DeHaven drives over on the left-hand side from that corner position. Here's Thomas, takes a look at it, then shoots it over that corner to DeHaven. Back to Trent. Trent looking for Kelly. Kelly had a little trouble getting the handle, but he finds it. Looks like they're trying to get DeHaven open there.
Yeah, they're trying to move the ball over there. It's basically an extended 2-3 zone. That's all they're doing.
Here's Trent for three, and it's way off. So that will give the ball over to Sissonville as it goes out of bounds. Missed everything. Here's a drive into the lane, and he puts up the jumper. Noah Evans for Sissonville.
It's a big shot there, knock that down. Need to hit the high post here.
Here's Kelly for three.
Malachi Kelly.
Malachi Kelly drains the three.
Nice job.
This extends the Bulldog lead to 5.
If we can hit shots like that in this 2-3 zone, they'll get out of it real quick. I guarantee you that.
Nice little pass there around the defender. Landon Thomas is able to secure it.
Push it.
Foul coming up the lane there. Looks like Kelly's going to be fouled. They're going to call that on number 2, Noah Evans. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in this third quarter. Bulldogs have them all lined up in a row there as Josh DeHaven set to inbound. He'll dump it down into Adams, finds Trent in the corner, and that will rim out. Oh, took a trip around the world but couldn't find its way into the hole.
No love.
Not at all.
Nice pass.
Sissonville answers. Kyler Erdman. Here's DeHaven. They're trying to find Landon Thomas. Then a foul called in the transition.
Gotta have better passes than that. Can't get away with lazy passes when they're playing defense like that. So let's a little bit more stronger pass. Maybe not. Maybe a chest pass, something off, not necessarily a bounce pass.
Sissonville down by 3, but they have the ball. That's Herdman. Ties it up. Malachi Kelly's able to get a hand in there and get a jump ball. Doddridge with the possession arrow, so they'll get the ball. Good job by Kelly on defense. Just get a hand in there.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Disrupt it a little bit. That's what you're looking for.
Coach Paul Burnside says, let's take a timeout and chat about it. That's a full timeout, so we'll step away. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Bulldogs in the building, every day's the key. Show up, stand out, be the best you can be.
And the horn sounds, and we are back.
See what old Coach Paul here draws up here at this play.
Wanted to take a second to talk with his team, so as you mentioned, he had something in mind or wanted to point out something. 4:32 left here in this third.
Sissonville didn't come out of the zone yet, because I think that's what Paul was working on, trying to find better looks here for the zone. Let's not settle for 30-footers.
Adams will dump it back to Trent. Trent over to Kelly, finds DeHaven down in the corner. Back to Kelly, back up to Adams. Now Trent drives over, throws it out to Kelly. A lot of ball movement here by this Bulldogs team. Jared Trent takes a look, decides against it. Here he goes driving the lane. That's a Will Adams. Good job driving the lane as he finds a way.
Good take.
He didn't get a pair of points. Jackson bringing it up for Sissonville. He waits for the traffic to clear there. Passes it back to Stuck. Back over to Jackson. Jackson looking for somewhere to go to. He'll throw it to Kyler Herdman. Jackson out there in that far corner. He'll drive to the lane and put up the shot. Good looking shot. Here comes Trent. He finds DeHaven in the corner. DeHaven drives into the lane and he'll be fouled. Good job driving from that corner for Josh DeHaven. That'll send him to the line.
If he can get baseline like that, take it every time. He broke his defender down there and got baseline and was able to take the ball to the hoop real strong.
So DeHaven will get a pair of shots from the free throw line. 37-34. DeHaven will extend that Bulldog lead, 38-34. One more will give us a 5-point lead. You know, anything better than a 5-point lead's a 6-point lead, right?
Right.
That'll make it 5. Guess it's not the only thing better. Oh, finds him way down in the line there. And Landon Thomas with the block. So Sissonville trying to inbound. We'll inbound it back at the top of the key. There's going to be a foul called on Dixon. Bryson Dixon called with the foul. Good job by Doddridge taking it away. Here comes Trent with tempo, and he'll lay it up. DeHaven following the play, and he gets the rebound. Good job by Doddridge County, even though Trent missed that easy layup. DeHaven was trailing.
Yes, he was.
They find Landon Thomas. Thomas will try to put it in, just can't get it there. So Sissonville will bring it up. That's Jackson.
Sissonville coming down, answering, and then we're going right back. I like it.
Doddridge Franklin gets Thomas again with the block. Good job by Landon Thomas. He's just asserting himself inside there.
What a force down low right now for Landon.
Doddridge was lucky that Burke didn't turn around and drive to the lane earlier, though, because he had a wide open lane. Loose ball controlled by the Bulldogs. He dumps it out to Trent. Trent waits for the offense to come in, and he'll set up that offense. Here comes that Doddridge offense. He'll dump it back to Landon Thomas. Thomas looks at the three and misses. 1:58 left in this third quarter. Doddridge County 39, the Indians of Sissonville 34. That's Cooper Nooney bringing the ball up court. He'll dump it off to Herdman. Tries to feed it down in, and the ball gets kicked there.
Good idea. Good idea.
Maddox Jones' feet got in the way of that bounce pass, though. What he's doing with his feet there at the end of his legs anyhow.
Sometimes that happens.
Here's the inbounds pass to Doddridge County. He's able to intercept it and drive down the court. Here's Trent. Trent looking for a lane, and he's going to be fouled. John Burke gets up and gets the foul. Trent's a little shaken up there. Looks like a sensitive subject for him there.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Trent will gather himself here and go to the line for 2.
Hopefully he's not lightheaded or anything. 1:37 left in this third quarter. Doddridge County has a 5-point lead, 39-34. Trent from the free throw line. Bounces that one off the front of the rim and in.
We'll take it. Take the rolls when you can get them.
Absolutely. The bakery's open. It's Christmas time anyhow. You gotta get those rolls. Not Christmas without having rolls.
I agree. 7-point lead here for Bulldogs. It'd be nice to get another stop here, and let's just keep extending this lead going into the 4th. Man-to-man defense. I think this is where it kind of sets in right here for a Sissonville with. Oh wow! If he would have made
even
that,
though it was that close. Oh, and Burke's going to be fouled. So he'll get the hoop and the harm. That'll send John Burke to the line. $1:16 left in this third quarter. Doddridge County has a 5-point lead. Burke's trying to make it 4. And he will do just that. DeHaven set to give the inbound pass. He'll toss it in there to Maddox Jones. Jones will bring it up court. Dixon looking for someone to throw it to. He'll find Trent at the top of the key. Trent drives down to the lane. He'll dump it off to Dixon. Dixon for 3. Bounces that one out. Trent with the rebound and a foul called. That's going to be called on Maddox Baylog. We're inside of a minute in this third quarter. Doddridge County with a 4-point lead. Jared Trent at the charity stripe trying to add to that lead. Puts that one in, nothing but nylon. Second one, also good. Trent's had a big night.
Yeah, he has. Right now, he's got 14 points for us. Looks like we're going to come out into a press here, like a 2-2-1 press. Bringing the Johnson twins in to run off the press.
Oh, and then a little bit aggressive there.
One thing I'll say about the Johnson twins, they're a physical group. They come in there and they're gonna get their minutes worth is how I look at it.
That foul will send them to the stripe. Jackson will be shooting 2. Doddridge in the bonus. 51 seconds left. They'll reset that in 51.2 seconds. That one goes in. Been a good game tonight, and as you mentioned, this team taking on a quality opponent in Sissonville.
Yeah, they're tough.
That one bounces out. Kelly tries to secure it and does. He'll get it down to Jones. Jones to Dixon, down underneath to Kelly, and it's knocked away. Jackson brings it up the court, and he'll be blocked.
Nice block.
Good job by Maddox Jones as he gets the block. Jackson's able to secure it there. Wasn't sure he was going to be able to for a second. It's the dump off in the corner. The three, it's good. 41-43, Doddridge County. Lead is cut down to 2. Down underneath, and Sissonville gets the recovery. Here they come with speed. Dumps it back to Jackson, and a foul on the play.
Wow.
It's going to be called on Dixon. Now they're going to call it on 24. Isaac Johnson. I saw Dixon come around there. I thought he was the one that got him, but they're going to call Isaac Johnson with the foul.
Getting tight right here going into the fourth quarter. Sissonville making a run. This is what this game's about, making runs.
Sissonville with a chance to cut this game to even with 2.9 seconds left in the third. If Jackson can sink his second from the line. That one rims in. Gotta be in a hurry. Here comes Maddox Jones. He'll throw it up and throw it too far. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is knotted up at 43 apiece. We'll be back after this. You're tuned into WVRC Doddridge.
Bulldogs in the building. Every day's the key. Show up, stand out, be the best you can be. When Bulldogs are together, success is what we see. Mission in motion.
Bulldogs in the building. We rise, we shine. Every day we show up, success is mine. Strong, united, making moves each day. Mission in motion as a Bulldog way. Bulldogs in the building. We rise, we shine. Every day we show up, success is
Bulldogs in the building, every day's the key. Show up, stand out, be the best you can be. When Bulldogs are together, success is what we see.
Bulldogs in the building, every day's the key. Show up, stand out, be the best you can.
And we are back. Sissonville set to inbound to start this fourth quarter. We're knotted up at 43 apiece.
Need to get some stops here, really coming back out in the man-to-man defense.
To drive the lane, he'll shoot it, and it rims out, and Doddridge does a good job crashing the boards.
Will Adams again. I'd like to know how many rebounds Will has.
DeHaven does a good job driving from that corner, but just can't get it to fall.
Good take, just an unlucky bounce.
Sissonville throws it out. Overshoots his intended target. Now see, that works in football and basketball, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right on that.
Here's Mitchell. He'll shoot it over to DeHaven in the corner. DeHaven back to Trent. Here's Trent looking for the ball. Moving into DeHaven. Mitchell will shoot it. Rims out. Thomas crashes the board, and he's able to secure it. He gets it back in there to Trent. Trent to DeHaven. DeHaven for three. Money!
Nice shot, Josh.
Josh DeHaven does a great job shooting that one from three-point land. Friends, don't forget to join us with WVRC. We'll be on the air Tuesday. Williamstown comes to town.
Yeah, should be a big game. That's a regional matchup plus an LKC matchup.
Driving the lane, little physical play down in there. Sissonville's able to get it. And then finally a foul called. Noah Evans securing the ball.
It's Landon second.
It's not too bad, though, at this stage in the game for Landon to just be picking up his second.
Yeah, I agree.
Bulldogs with a three-point lead. 6 minutes and 34 seconds to put this one away. Here's Jackson. He has it out of the top of the key there. He'll dump it off. Back to Jackson. Jackson thinks about it. I don't think he thought seriously about it. Just give it a little cursory thought.
He's trying to make our guys think that he's thinking about it.
That's right. Now he's going to look like he's going to try to drive the lane. He's going to dump it off to Herdman. Herdman back to Jackson. That time he decides to shoot the three. No good. And Sissonville, I think, was out of bounds. No, they're going to call foul. Called to Haven.
They're calling some of these chippy fouls, I guess I would call them. Second team foul for us early into the game. Let's not get into the bonus here. Let's be smart.
Jackson looking for someone to throw to there. Decides not to. Evans with the ball. It's Mitchell on defense. They'll switch off there, trying to get Jackson through the hole. They'll get him in there. And that goes out. Stays with Sissonville, though.
Great block by Josh. Good job on the perimeter defense there.
Malachi Kelly will come in for DeHaven.
Interior. Sorry.
46-43. Bulldogs lead by 3. Here's the pass to the cutting Jackson. Foul on the play, and that's going to send him to the line. That one's going to be on Jared Trent.
Just a note, Josh DeHaven has 4 fouls right now, so that's why they probably brought him out of the game. Just let's give him a little break here and not get him his 5th foul early into the 4th quarter here.
Picked up a couple quick ones there. Don't like to see that. Been a physical game for both of these teams. Both these teams showing the ability to hustle.
Yeah, for sure.
Jackson hits the back of the rim, and that one bounces right out. Here's the second one. That one goes in.
Timeout, Sissonville.
So Sissonville will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back after this. You're tuned into WVRC Doddridge. Welcome back. Good game here as Doddridge County has a 3-point lead. And Doddridge County has the basketball. Mitchell out on the far side. He'll dump it back to Kelly. Kelly over to Trent. Trent dumps it down in to Landon Thomas. Thomas trying to get in there, and he overshoots Malachi Kelly. So Sissonville with the ball and a 2-point deficit. Jackson drives down to the lane. He'll dump it off.
The Sissonville team matches up well with us, honestly, running up and down the court. They do a really good job. So I give them props going into the 4th quarter here, hanging around.
He'll take the jumper. Trent gets the board. He'll drive the lane, puts it up, just can't quite get it in. Loose ball. And
Good look.
To stay with the Bulldogs, I believe. Yep. Sissonville the last to touch it. Bulldogs will keep it. Kelly set to inbound. He finds Trent in the corner. Back up to Mitchell. Mitchell again to Trent. Over to Thomas. Thomas with the mixed match shoes. He's got another pair at home just like it, I'll bet. That one bounces in. I'll bet Landon's got another pair just like it, only the other shoes are the different color.
I would say so.
It's like a mirror image.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny. Great head fake there by Blake on the last.
Definitely.
Foul on Mitchell.
So Mitchell called for the foul, 4-14.
14 fouls.
Wow.
They have not committed a foul, Sissonville, that is. Got to be smart here. Let's not get in the bonus this early.
Stays with Sissonville. Kelly got a hand on it. It looked like maybe number 3 there. That's Baylog. It looked like he might have got it.
Said Jared touched the ball there. I didn't see it. I'll just say it out loud. That's what everyone else is thinking.
Yep, might as well say it. Now a foul underneath. That's going to send John Burke to the line.
Malachi's third.
Doddridge County's had some foul trouble tonight.
Yeah. And you're going to have that the way the style that they're playing. They're playing aggressive, in your face, trying to create turnovers. Sometimes we'll have that foul trouble.
You take advantage of that depth, though. That's one of the key things there. He misses both at the line. And
Kelly with the rebound there, big
fouled.
time.
He gets fouled after the rebound. Kyler Herdman called for the foul. Not sure. They made some sort of an adjustment that the Sissonville faithful were happy with. I'm not sure what it was. Trent back at the top of the line. He'll dump it into Kelly. Here's Thomas. Just moving the ball around quickly. Mitchell drives down in and steps on the line. So unfortunately for Blake there, he just didn't have quite enough court. So Dixon set to check in for Mitchell. We've seen Coach Burnside not making line changes as much as we've seen in the past.
No, I mean, last night we saw 5 at a time sometimes coming in. Well, and I think that comes to when we got a few guys that are a little bit banged up right now.
I wonder if it's between the injuries and the fouls and he's got to mix up his game calling a little bit. Foul called down underneath there. That one's going to be called on number 21.
That's Malachi's 4th. That's a quick 4 right there for Malachi.
They're sending DeHaven in for him. There's some last-minute coaching there. That one's bounces out.
I'm the guy that says ball don't lie, so that's all I'm going to say.
The ball don't lie. That's right. It did a few times on the playground when I was a kid, though, I can tell you.
I understand.
Buddy of mine was a real good free throw shooter. That ball was a liar, I'll just tell you.
Right. Yep, there's 2 right there.
There's 2. The ball don't lie, though, right? So Dixon brings the ball up court.
Let's get a good basket here. Let's extend this lead a little bit. There's 6 points.
Here's DeHaven. He tries to dump it down into Thomas. Foul going to be called on Sissonville, though. That's number 3, Maddox Baylog. Little shove foul.
Yeah, yep.
Illegal use of the hands, they might call that. Sorry. Can't resist myself. Here's Trent. He's looking for Dixon. Dixon back to Trent. 3 minutes and 9 seconds left. The Bulldogs with a 4-point lead. He finds Will Adams down there.
Good look.
Dixon in the corner, back to Trent.
I like this. Being patient, finding a good shot here for us, right? We're in no hurry. The ball is essentially in our court.
Literally and figuratively both, right?
Exactly.
Here's Thomas. He's trying to drive to the lane.
I don't mind that. Kick it back out. There we go.
Just resetting the offense. No shot clock in high school basketball. So you can take as long as you want to shoot it. He'll pass it at least 5 times, right?
Yeah.
I've watched Hoosiers. I know how it goes.
They've got their 5 passes in, that's for sure.
Hey, nice shot there by Landon Thomas with a fadeaway jumper. So the timeout on the court. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. It's a dangerous love affair. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Welcome back. 2 minutes and 24 seconds left. This Doddridge County team doing a great job showing their depth as well.
Yeah. Also want to touch today, our freshman boys basketball team went to Bird today and ended up winning 62, I believe, to 32.
Wow.
Yeah. Big win for them. This is the first year for the freshman team, so nice to see those guys are getting to play and get better, for the future.
That's something that you see with these teams that are successful. They're able to develop those young players, and then as they get to this level, the sky's the limit.
Exactly.
Sissonville over there in the corner. Step back jumper, and Doddridge County can't control it.
Someone just couldn't grab it.
Just couldn't find the handle. Drive it to the lane, spin around, and it makes the lay-in. That's Noah Evans for Sissonville. .141 left. Bulldogs lead by 4. Drives into the lane. Will Adams, here's the dump off. Jared Trent takes a look, decides against it, sets it back to DeHaven. Back to Adams. Adams loses the handle on the spin around there, and a whistle on the play as a foul will be called on Kyler Herdman.
3rd team foul for Sissonville.
Correction, everyone called that on John Burke.
Who's that again?
Burke.
Burke, that's his 4th.
That's 4 on John Burke. So both teams having to negotiate some foul trouble with just $1:19 left. Here's Trent. He looks over for DeHaven. DeHaven back to Adams. Over to Trent on the far side. Back to Landon Thomas. That ball movement, we like to see how that Bulldogs team trying to reach around, knock out there, and he'll be called with a foul. Foul's on number 2. That's Noah Evans.
This is his 5th.
That'll give the Indians 4 fouls. 1 more will put them in the bonus. They'll make a substitution as they'll send Evans to the bench, and they'll send Cooper Nooney in. And Sissonville wants to talk about it. They want the full 60 to talk about it, so we'll take a second and step away. Back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Sounds good.
It's time to renew your extracurricular passes. Thanks to community support of the levy, every staff member, student, and taxpayer receives free admission to all regular season home athletic events. Whether it's under the Friday night lights, on the basketball court, or at a spring softball game, your pass connects you to the heart of our schools. Renewals are easy. Stop by any home football game or visit the central office during business hours. Don't miss out on the fun. If you need a replacement or are applying for the first time, simply complete the short form. More details are available on our website or give us a call. Together, we're putting our mission in motion because in Doddridge County, excitement is everywhere. We are united to make a difference for every student, every day. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back. We got 1:03 left for Doddridge County. 50-46. Doddridge County like to get that clock down to double zeros. Oh, and a hard foul there. Landon Thomas trying to get the ball.
That'll be their 5th, so that'll put us right at the line right now.
That should send Landon Thomas to the line. Maddox Baylog with the foul. 1:02 left. And 50-46, Doddridge County. The gymnasium goes silent. Thomas comes up a little bit short on that one. I'd fire that cameraman if he didn't work so cheap.
I know, right?
Here's Thomas trying to make the second one. Sissonville's able to get 0 points on that foul. And
Shot
get the ball.
coming.
There's the shot. Bounces out. Doddridge does a good job hustling for the rebound. Here comes Jared Trent.
I see a foul coming here.
44 seconds on the turning clock. Bryson Dixon off to Will Adams. Back to Trent. Trent tries to drive the lane. A blocking foul will be called on Kyler Herdman. 33.8. That'll send Jared Trent to the free throw line with a chance to add to his 14 points. Trent makes the first one.
Those are important. Knock these shots down here, put them away.
These are the ones you got to make.
Yep.
He makes the second one. So Sissonville with the inbound. Driving it up. Jackson's going to drive to the lane. He's going to try to put it up. Can't get it in. Doddridge County fighting for the rebound. It's going to stay with Sissonville. 23 seconds, 23.9 seconds.
Yep. Be smart here. No stupid fouls. Let them take the shots. Make sure it's contested.
And it was contested. Traveling called though beforehand. Too many steps.
Yep, good call.
So Doddridge will take over. Here's Dixon trying to drive down. He'll be fouled. And they'll have a chance to go to the line. Fouls on number 11, Cooper Nooney. That'll send Bryson Dixon to the free throw line. 17.4 seconds left in this contest.
Nice.
Bounces that one in. Adds a little to the drama when it bounces around like that.
I know, right? 17.4 on the clock.
That one come up short. Sissonville does a good job getting the rebound. Here comes Jackson. He's trying to take it coast to coast, and he'll put it in. We're inside 10 seconds. 9.9. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Coach, what are you thinking if you're Coach Paul Burnside? What are you doing to put this thing away?
Let's get the ball inbounded here. Try to run as much seconds off as we can. Get it to a good foul shooter here. You know, let's knock down these shots here and put this game away.
Good crowd showing up for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A loud crowd as well.
Your Doddridge faithful, they always come out for the team, and very supportive community. I can't say enough about everybody around here, how much they support the school and these kids.
it's a close-knit community, and these players have grown up together, playing together, and they have an opportunity. They play multiple sports together, most of them. They just enjoy each other's fellowship.
Exactly.
9.9 seconds. Coach Paul Burnside wants to walk away as the tournament champions for this early season tournament. And there's going to be a whistle.
Put Will Adams to the free throw line here. Will knocked down some free throws earlier in the game, so feel confident with him at the foul line.
If you're a Sissonville fan, you're happy that they only took a 1.2 seconds off on that play.
Exactly.
Send Will Adams to the line, though. There's some discussion and dispute over whether there's any timeouts left. So they're looking through the books to sort through that.
Yep.
Before.
Don't want to have a Fab Five mishap.
Yeah, exactly.
If anybody knows my reference there.
I know that reference. Chris Webber.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you didn't think I knew that. A little bit before my time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must have watched ESPN when you were growing up.
I did. I've seen the 30 for 30, I guess is how I would look at it.
That's it. Well, I saw the live for live.
Okay.
It was like 92, 93, something like that.
Yep.
And Adams will make the back end of that. Bulldog lead is 6.
Makes it a 6-point game. That's big. Good tip
Loose
there
ball.
by Josh. It's crazy to think how it changed. We had 5 team fouls, and all of a sudden now they're at 5 team fouls. We were at 5-0.
Jackson will get the ball, turn around and shoot. Doddridge County with the rebound. Jared Trent just throws it up to get rid of it. Doesn't want to deal with going to the line. That'll put this one in the books, 54-48, as the Bulldogs beat the Sissonville Indians.
We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back to you.
You're tuned in to WVRC Doddridge.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. It's a dangerous love affair. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rodney.
We are back now. We're going to bring you the trophy presentation. Let's bring you a live mic.
Good job, guys. McConnell family out there, congratulating the team.
I'll give the runner-up trophy to Sissonville.
Oxford battle there. Sissonville, they never gave up. It's a good team there.
A nice photo op here as well with the McConnell family.
Big hand for the Sissonville Indians, guys.
So congratulations to the Sissonville Indians as the runner-up.
Championship team, your hometown Bulldogs.
And on the day after they dedicate the Dan McConnell Court, the Doddridge County Bulldogs secure the Dan McConnell Hoops Classic Championship for this early season tournament. And you can see the emotion of this moment. It means a lot to a lot of people in this county. take a moment just to soak that in.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. That's big time.
Winners of the Dan McConnell.
Get the cheerleaders in for some pictures as well.
Doddridge County Bulldogs.
So congratulations to Coach Burnside and the Doddridge County Bulldogs as they win the Dan McConnell Hoops Classic Championship.
South Harrison, give a big hand.
We saw some good basketball here early on in the season. We saw a couple of hard-fought teams as they scrapped out for this game.
Yeah, exactly. They this was a scrappy game tonight. You know, it looked really good. Doddridge came out there and pulled away there at the last half, and that's the last half of that fourth quarter, which was big on their part.
Well, want to remind friends, we'll be on the air again Tuesday as Williamstown comes to town. This Doddridge County team is had a little bit of time to enjoy a day or two off, and then right back at it for the Williamstown as Williamstown comes to town. Your thoughts on that game?
Williamstown is a great basketball program. You know, they're going to be well coached. You know, they're going to be well prepared against a good Doddridge team. Williamstown, they lost some of their, I guess I would say their seniors last year. They're going to be a young team. They're going to be well coached, though. They got some good guys that are coming in. I think they'll be more of a younger team. But we're going to go ahead and transition over here. We actually have someone joining us up here at the bench. Our player of the game, it's going to be Jared Trent. Hold on, give me a second. We're going to get him here a headset here.
There you go. We're here joined by Jared Trent. Jared, you had a big game tonight. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
We came into the game obviously with some motivation. Obviously, Dan McConnell, he was our sub in school. We were close to him. We joked around with him a lot. So
heard he was a good art teacher from what my understanding
is. If you go to Mr. Roberts, the coach's office, there's some art in there. You can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So what was some of the biggest keys of the win tonight for our team?
I'd say pushing the ball down the floor for sure. And then just defensively staying up in them, and then creating our offense, pushing the ball down the floor.
I agree. I think that's a big thing about you guys is you guys have a lot of pressure that creates good shots for you guys. One thing that I saw well that you did is, you know, good stop and shoot right there in the lane when you come into the lane.
Looked like it was a physical game as well, and the fouls told the story on that as well. Both teams had some foul trouble later on in the game. How was Coach Burnside addressing that foul trouble?
He still wanted us to be aggressive, but at the same time we had to watch ourselves so we didn't foul out, obviously. I mean, two of our starters were out tonight, Jaden Solomon and Hesson Hayes, so we were down some, but I was happy with the guys that came in and stepped it up and came in and just played their hearts out.
Jared had a big night leading from that point guard position. And Nate, tell him about some of the points he scored, because I'm sure he doesn't keep them all in his head.
Well, he finished with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. I mean, you touched every column there that you can touch. I guess I would say, who on this team stood out to you that maybe isn't on this point column that stepped up tonight for you guys out there in the game?
First half, Bryson Dixon stepped up in 2 big threes for us, kept us in the game.
Yeah.
Josh DeHaven as well. I mean, he's an animal.
Yeah, he's scrappy, isn't he?
So scrappy. I mean, I can rely on him anytime to get a board or straight putback. So
exactly.
Jared, you got to look forward to Williamstown. You get to enjoy this one tonight. Congratulations on being the champions of the Dan McConnell Hoops Classic. But what do you think about the Williamstown team coming up?
They're a young team. They lost about every starter they had last year, but that doesn't mean anything. They're good all around in every sport.
Right?
Every sport. Yep. They got good coaches. It's going to be a game for sure because, I mean, they put a game up with Scott. We did as well. So we got to come in high intensity and just go to work.
Well, thanks for taking some time to celebrate with us. Congratulations on your selection as player of the game. Had a great game tonight, JT, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. Our thanks to Jared Trent for coming up and joining us. Nate, your closing thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, just keep getting better. I'll say it all year. It's not how good we are right now. Let's keep getting better as the season goes along. A good test on Tuesday. Williamstown's a regional matchup, and honestly, those are bigger matchups in my opinion than anything else, because if we take care of our teams in the regional matchups, that's going to set us up for good seeding there come playoffs.
Definitely. Well, that'll do it for us here tonight. We'll be back on the air Tuesday. I think the game tips off about 7:30. We'll be on the air shortly after that. Does that sound right?
That sounds good.
We'll go with that. If it's different than that, just follow us is all you have to do. If you follow our page, it comes up and tells you to watch us.
Exactly.
That's the thing to do. So that'll do it from I'm Clint Adams for Nate Wright. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great evening.
You've been watching live streaming coverage of Doddridge County High School Bulldog Basketball, brought to you by Doddridge County Schools in conjunction with WVRC 104.7 FM. Thank you for joining, and tune in next time for continued live streaming coverage of Bulldog Basketball on WVRC Doddridge County Facebook and WVRC Doddridge County YouTube. Doddridge County basketball broadcasts are an exclusive production of WVRC 104.7 FM. All rights reserved.